Hi, I'm Jenny, and this is the Mustard Seed Village. In this video, I'm going to explain the story behind the Mustard Seed Village and why it was created. So about 4 years ago, my daughter Romi was born, and it was such a beautiful birth. I was 39 weeks pregnant with her when she was born, and right when she was born, I had a 5-minute countdown with her laying on my belly, and she was rushed off to the NICU, and that was the start of our medical journey with her. It's hard, even to this day, sometimes to talk about it, not because I'm not proud of her. I wouldn't change anything. It's just this experience, these last 4 years have held the most intense emotions between grief and loss and hope and joy and great expectation for her. So since Romi was born, we kind of created our own little bubble between our home and the hospital, because our life for really the first almost 2 years of her life, our life existed between our home and the hospital. And at home we were caring for our son, all while, going back and forth to the hospital to care for our daughter. When she was home, we were learning new things. We were learning to care for an ileostomy, learning how to mix TPN, how to do sterile dressing, central line dressing changes. We basically brought the hospital home with us so that she would be safe here, and it was completely brand new. And so it felt lonely at times. When Romi was little, she was really, really sick, and so we lived in this state of hypervigilance. We lived in this state of fight or flight, because if we weren't in the ER or we weren't admitted in the hospital, we were at home calculating all of her ins and outs, hanging extra fluid bags just to make sure that she was safe and she was hydrated, watching her every move, watching for patterns. And so we were just always on, always living in this place of adrenaline. And from that place of adrenaline, I started to hide, and we started to lose our community. And I think part of it was because, I hid, but I hid because I was lonely. I was scared of being misunderstood, and out of that, people stopped communicating with us. We stopped receiving invitations to things. Our community just felt like it was slowly slipping away. I think part of it was people didn't know how to say, and we didn't know how to communicate this great big mountain of emotions from being in so much pain, and then having so much joy and all this expectations. And then as she got more complex, the story just got harder to tell, and it was hard. And so our safety was being in our own little bubble that existed between the hospital and our home. One day when Romi was during one of her longer hospital admissions, when she was about 18 months old, my mentor came to visit me. And it's hard to explain how much grief and pain you can have, and how much hope and faith you can have at the same time. And I think during this hospital visit, I was struggling. I didn't have much left in me. And my mentor came, and she gave me this little vial with a little mustard seed in it, and she looked at me and she said, "This is all you need." And it stuck with me, because that's about all I had in that moment. But it also reminded me that that was all I needed, and so I could keep going. And when in Romi's, some of her hardest times, some of the most scariest times, I remembered that little mustard seed, and Jenny, this is all you need. So in this moment, we're still feeling like we're losing some of our community, and then we move our whole family to a brand new city to get better medical care for Romi. And during that time, I was pregnant, and then I had my third baby girl, and I was desperate to have people to talk to just hold space for me, to not try to fix me, but to just listen. So I looked up some groups on Facebook or other places, and a lot of them were very clinical, which there's a great space for that. There's a great need for that. But I was looking for something different, something deeper, something that just held more emotion for me and for other people. And so that's when I decided to create the Mustard Seed Village. Whether you are a medical parent, a caregiver, someone who is walking through something or a season that you didn't expect, I want this to be a place for you to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel like you're not going to be fixed. Just a safe place where we can come together, where it's not clinically minded, and we can listen and we can encourage you if you're asked. And so, welcome to the Mustard Seed Village. I hope that you enjoy it here. So if this resonated with you, leave us a comment, like and share, and subscribe to our channel. I also share more of our day-to-day moments on my Instagram, which is linked below, and my Substack page where I am more vulnerable, and we have our community discussions. So I hope to see you there.